With Rise of Iron quickly approaching, I thought now would be a good time to create a sort of how to get the best head start guide for when Rise of Iron releases on September 20th. Now, it doesn't matter if you do anything in this video or not. If you're an active player, you're still going to be pretty prepared for the release of the expansion on September 20th. However, if you do want to start off and be ready for the new raid that releases on the 23rd of September, the following Friday after release, then you may want to do some of these steps. So first off, we're going to go visit the Dead Orbit vendor. Now, the idea is to try and save up as many heavy ammo synths by buying them from Xur for strange coins each week. What this will allow you to do is a very cheap and cost-effective way to level up your Dead Orbit reputation, and then maybe, if possible, allow you to rank up your Dead Orbit faction, which now, Game Informer have confirmed, you can pick what you want from a package, which is a weapon, armor, or chroma armor. It may also allow you to buy a God Roll weapon like the Hunter SL4 was at the start of Taken King. Another thing, depending on how many legendary marks you have now, is to stock up on planetary materials. So spend some legendary marks now, stock up materials, cap out again later on. The materials are used for upgrading your weapons and armor throughout the game. So it's always best to stock up on these as much as you can. Now, another thing that I've been hearing a lot of, again, with what seems to be every sort of release or DLC for Destiny, is people saving up engrams ready for Rise of Iron to open them in hopes of getting Rise of Iron equivalent gear. Unfortunately, it's very unlikely and untrue that you're going to get any Rise of Iron gear from old engrams, because they're already encrypted to drop Year 2 Taken King specific loot. However, there is one thing you can do. Any of the engrams you have can be obviously used to gain reputation with the Cryptarch. Take mine for example. Here we are, nearly rank 36. I've edged my Cryptarch to nearly a package. If you do this and ready for Rise of Iron, come the day of release and the server start, if you donate to the Cryptarch with your engrams, you will get a Rise of Iron Cryptarch package, which allows you to get Rise of Iron equivalent rewards. Now, what I mean by edging is getting any of the major reputation gains with the factions up as close as possible to a rank. This applies to obviously the Cryptarch. It also applies to Vanguard, the Crucible, Dead Orbit, and the Gunsmith. If you really wanted to, you could also do it for the Queen's Wrath, House of Judgment, and Crota's Bane, but we don't know what the rewards will be come Rise of Iron. Another thing that many people would want to do is if you play a lot of Iron Banner, or Iron Banner genuinely, or Trials of Osiris, is to keep hold of these bounties that allow you to get legendary marks. Now, we're not entirely sure if there is going to be another Iron Banner before Rise of Iron, but this will allow you to stock up on legendary marks regardless before the expansion hits. Another thing that was confirmed by Game Informer is that Year 1 class items and armor pieces are being brought forward into Rise of Iron, but that doesn't mean your old ones in the vault are going to get upgraded, so dismantle them. What this allows then is free vault space, which a lot of people want more vault space in Rise of Iron, which we're not going to get on release. It may happen throughout the expansion, but we're not sure yet, which will also then give you extra materials and allow you to free up some space. Another thing is to save up on items that give you Glimmer from the Cryptarch. This will allow you, in case you're spending money on upgrades, to keep the Glimmer cap high as possible so you don't run out of money. Another thing, save those exotic shards. They're pretty hard to come by anyway, and you'll need a lot of them because Rise of Iron is looking at a lot of new exotics. And that's it. Thank you for watching, guys. That's been my how-to guide to get the best head start for Rise of Iron's release. You don't have to do any of this, but again, thank you for watching.